Florida is bracing for Hurricane Michael as it speeds up in the Gulf.
Yeah, Florida's most accurate chief meteorologist, Dennis Phillips, tracking Michael right now and the impact it could have on us. Dennis, what do you think?
Yeah, guys, and unless there's some drastic changes, and I don't see that being the case, I really believe the impacts in our area in terms of wind will be minimal. So coastal flooding is going to be the biggest concern. Now, not because of excessive rainfall, because I really don't think we see all that much. We're talking about the surge, and that's something we'll discuss more in a couple of minutes. Winds, 30, maybe 40-mile-an-hour gusts. Now, that could be an issue for the Skyway, and that is something we'll have to keep our eyes on for Wednesday. Rip currents also quite an issue, especially just offshore. But at least the way I see it right now, based on the current thinking and the current track, by far the worst of this weather is going to be well to the west of the Bay Area. We never say never in weather. I think we all know we've seen Mother Nature throw us some curves. I just don't see this being one of those times. Outside of that, a lot of clouds, a couple of showers out there. Temperatures in the upper 70s, kind of breezy weather obviously expected over the next several days. Tampa right now, 79 degrees, the dew point 73. We are going to see more clouds than sun over the next few days, but our rain chances will likely be highest as we roll into Wednesday morning and into the afternoon. There's the latest satellite picture, and outside of just a couple of showers out there today, kind of breezy. Temperatures still topped out of the upper 80s to low 90s, but the wind made it feel kind of nice. Over the next few days, this is how things are going to be playing out. Now, first of all, you've got nothing to worry about tomorrow. I know a lot of folks are having friends and family driving from the Panhandle up into our neck of the woods, down US 19 tomorrow. Remind them, not only will traffic be an issue, they might want to get gas early on because you've got to figure traffic might be very tough for US 19 tomorrow. Weather will not be an issue, though, and then right on through the afternoon, partly cloudy skies, just a few passing showers. It won't be windy. There's nothing wrong with the weather tomorrow. By late tomorrow night into early Wednesday, I would expect us to start noticing the winds to pick up, and then we may even begin to see some of those bands come in. They won't be widespread. The heaviest rain will be along the coast. The strongest winds will be along the coast. If you live east of I-75, we're talking eastern Hillsborough, Polk County southward, I don't think you're going to see a lot of anything out of this storm, again, unless we see a drastic change. Now, notice how quickly the bands come through on Wednesday morning up until lunchtime, and then as the center passes us latitudinally, it starts to move north to south, and then I think we start to see, while the trailing moisture is going to linger, I definitely think things will be improving later Wednesday into Thursday. But what about the entire state? This is what we're going to be talking about. First of all, here are all the watches and warnings across the area. Tropical storm watch remains in effect for Pasco and Hillsborough and Pinellas County, Manatee County. It's a tropical storm warning for Citrus County, and then there's that storm surge issue. But clearly the hurricane warnings focused in on areas from Tallahassee down to Apalachicola and west all the way over to Pensacola. Okay, here is the latest. Now, I'll tell you, the pressure really dropped earlier on this evening from 978 to 970. The lower the pressure, the stronger the winds. And the Hurricane Center, I mentioned this at the top of the newscast, their exact verbiage was, this storm is defying reasoning because there's a lot of shear out there, 20, 25-mile-an-hour shear, which usually weakens a tropical system. That has just not been the case with Michael. Either it's too big of a storm or it really hasn't had the impact it usually does, because not only has Michael not weakened, it's gotten stronger. Now, this is the updated track as of 11 o'clock, all right? Obviously, this is the biggest concern. Look at the margin of error. It is nowhere near Central Florida. So you never say never, but really, for all practical purposes, this is just not our storm. Sure, we don't completely write it off. We keep our eyes on it. We'll be updating 24/7 as always. But if you're losing sleep over this because you think this is going to take a hard right turn like Charlie did, I just don't see it happening. This is a closer view. This is where the biggest concern should be, because right now we're looking at a major hurricane somewhere within maybe 30 miles, give or take, in either direction of Panama City by Wednesday afternoon. So again, if you have kids up in any of the colleges or universities in the Panhandle, if you have family or friends, they can still get out tomorrow. If they are going to evacuate for whatever reason, whether it's the water or the wind, tomorrow they can still do it. Wednesday, by then, it'll be too late as this continues to quickly ramp up and move in. And when we see numbers like this is the Euro, by the way, not the official forecast from the Hurricane Center. You see through 9 o'clock on Wednesday morning, you're like, I can deal with this. And then all of a sudden, Wednesday afternoon, that's why we're concerned. somewhere between Pensacola and Apalachicola, I think we're looking at winds of 100 to 120 miles an hour. Now, it'll be a small area, probably only 20, 25 miles, but it will be out there. Remember, the old adage holds very true for this. You hide from the wind, you run from the water. So areas that are concerned about storm surge, that is going to be the biggest threat from this storm. But right behind it, if this is Cat 3 when it comes in, you're still going to see extensive wind damage and power outages for days, if not weeks to come. Locally for us, that's just not the case. Here's a look at wind. We're looking at winds maybe 25 up to gusts around 40 miles an hour, even on Wednesday afternoon. So that will not be our biggest issue. Water will be an issue. This is something we'll keep our eyes on very closely over the next couple of days as storm surge, especially in Citrus County and Hernando County, will be an issue. There's Florida's most accurate 7-day forecast. Rain chances 50% on Tuesday, Wednesday up to 70%. Same setup again on Thursday. I think Wednesday will likely be the worst of it. So again, can't stress this enough. People who have family and friends in the Panhandle, if they are coming down, let people know. We went through it with Irma. Get gas as often as you can and start early, because US 19 is probably going to be bad.
And we already saw the gas lines up north earlier
in
today.
Tallahassee,
So
you know
it's already, especially all those folks at FSU.
All right, thank you, Dennis. A reminder that ABC Action News will bring you live coverage from the storm zone. We have a team of reporters and photographers heading to the Florida Panhandle right now. They will bring us reports starting tomorrow at 4 on the Now Tampa Bay.